JD Botry. We are back at the, I know there's so much going on around here. We're back at the New York Sex Bloggers Calendar. And I don't know if you noticed who I'm standing next to here. I'm standing next to the amazing Nina Hartley. So Nina, how are you?
I'm very well. I'm so excited to be here because I love New York. The calendar is beautiful. I finally got to look at all the pictures. Awesome, awesome, sexy.
She's the cover model.
Sexy pictures. Really, really nice. You've got to get this calendar. And the beneficiaries for is Woodhull Freedom Foundation, which affirms sexual freedom as a fundamental human right. It's a very worthy cause. I'm on the board. And it is an umbrella group that talks about all levels of sexual freedom and human rights, the entire age lifespan. And they're very good people. And we're very happy with sex bloggers because they're like really smoking hot ladies with brain power to spare. It's like brains and sex. It's like win-win. And you can have your own calendar.
That's wonderful. So how did you get involved with the calendar in general? Like, did they come to you?
They came to me, and it's like, of course I'll help out Woodhull. Why would I not help out Woodhull? And I like being photographing people who don't use photographical models, but they have a different way of looking at things. And I like doing things that are not strictly pornographic in nature. I like cheesecake as well. Yeah. My lunch is no cheesecake. Okay. So I like cheesecake. And it allows me, as I mature nicely, to stay a little more dressed.
So speaking of maturing, you've been in this industry for a number of years.
1984.
Over 25 years.
Yeah.
And so how has your role sort of changed within the industry since?
That's a really good question. So in the beginning, like any other young woman, I was that new girl, Nina, her name is Nina, go see and get her. So I was the third topless girl on the left, you know, the bikini girl, the kind of person for years. And I didn't mind that because I knew that my audience was primarily, there was no cohesive queer community in 1984. It was barely coming together. The internet wasn't invented yet. So I was in San Francisco and Carol Queen, so I knew that it existed, but the tribe had not coalesced yet. And so I've always considered myself a Trojan horse for queer culture. So I front very normal, and they know that normal people are watching me in Idaho, in Alabama, in Indiana, and I wanted them to see role modeling of enthusiastic, female-centric, positive behavior. And I also know, because I used to watch porn, that all these guys were watching me with other women because I got into porno because that's what the naked women were. Anybody who loves making love with women understands it's hard to get them to say yes to you. What I love about porn is that they show up and they've already said yes, and I didn't have to ask them. I'm a total social dork. My ex would say, she was totally hitting on you. It's like, really? She was? So I like porn because in porn, because I'm a porno chick, I can say, well, fuck or not. And they can't get all upset because I'm a porno chick, so they expect that kind of language. And I can hear no. I can hear no. I just want to know. And if it's only flirting, flirting's fine. Just let me know where the boundary is. Flirting, fisting, the dial, you know, from how you're doing to Muppet Land. But I knew that straight men would be watching me. And if you look through the 80s, if you're too young to remember the 80s, one of the fashions that besides the neon clothes and the leg warmers with high heels and the big hair with the long, dragulating nails, you always saw Nina Hartley with female-friendly short nails. And so what's recently coming to me, which is so exciting, is that women, lesbians are coming to me and telling me when I was struggling with coming out, when I was first discovering my sexuality. Your movies meant so much to me because they could tell I'm not like a gay for pay.
Yeah.
I'm here for the women. Because if you're a female-bodied person, you like male-bodied people, that's an easy fix. You show up, showered, shaved, you, free pussy, okay, come home. Women, so I cheated. I went into the sex business where there's full of naked women. Okay, it's true, they're everywhere. Oh my God, life is good, I can't believe it. And so I've been doing it for a long time, and what's changed mainly is my attitude hasn't changed, my packaging has shifted. So at the beginning I was the new girl, and then I became a favorite, then became a legend, I'm an icon, and now I'm a MILF. And if I stay here long enough, I'll be a GILF. And so inside, I'm still 25, but because the packaging has shifted, people's response and perception of me has shifted. I find that fascinating. So I'm like a Rorschach, a sexual Rorschach. Rorschach? Rorschach?
Something like that.
That tests the ink blots. I should know. I'm a nurse. And so I realized that I'm a repository of people's attitudes, ideas, fantasies, myths, complete fabrications about sex, and I'm fascinated by what I inspire in people in terms of the questions. I mean, in the beginning, a lot of guys would ask, are you a nymphomaniac? Because for them, for male-bodied people in our culture, sex is hard to get. There's a scarcity. Because the culture says female-bodied people may not have sex just for fun. They have to be for a reason, I love you. And male-bodied people are told that they need to get as much as they possibly can, so there's a disconnect. So he has to keep asking, we have to keep saying no because we gotta love you, whatever. And so for them, why would a woman be on camera and the loss of privacy and the label of being a whore if she wasn't a nymphomaniac? They could not fathom it, a lot of the guys. And now I don't get that. I haven't gotten that question in 20 years. But the first 5 years, like, are you a nympho? And they weren't being rude. They just wanted to know, why would a woman be in porn and then talk about it? I was the first woman in porn to say, I'll talk to them. I'll talk to public. Come over to me. And they were just shocked and they had no clue. So the biggest shift is that porn is now, it's oversaturated, the market is swamped, but there is now a rise in niche porn. So there's queer porn for queer folks made by and for queer people, which is really great. More women-owned and operating companies. More, even Joy Silvera is doing transsexual movies where there's actual fucking between trans women and non-trans. It's pretty great. There's still plenty in the business, homophobia and queer bashing. But there's that garden over here. Triangle Film, even Noel Sweetheart Productions, SIR Video, Good for Her, good releases. So there is a small corner over here of quality queer-oriented porn, and then different parts of here of regular porn that are stupid and gross and disgusting and offensive as ever. But it's such a big world now. There's plenty to find. From Abby Winters, which is, if you don't know Abby Winters, it's just naked chicks from Australia.
Like fresh-faced.
No cosmetic surgery, very little grooming, very little cosmetics, but just naked girls in nature. What's better than that? Not much. And I think also, Abby Winters also has a section that's female masturbation, which is really nice. And actually, in straight porn, the Randy West series, Real Female Masturbation, an amazing series, lots of real female orgasms.
God bless.
God bless. And what you see in the last 3 years, I just think thanks partly to myself and my husband is the appearance of the Tiny Magic Wands in lots and lots of scenes. You see, finally seeing actually using actual vibrators for actual real purposes. Same. Because as you know, this doesn't get men and women off.
So much.
I know I've been having sex a long time. I've met 10 women whose intercourse alone really isn't us. It really works for them. And then everybody else, a hand, something extra, please. And so that's nice that women at home don't feel so insecure that why don't I respond that way. And I'm always, porn is paid professional performances of a fantasy scenario. They're cartoons. Think of Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. They're meant to inspire, hopefully inspire discussion and desire. But just because you saw it in a movie doesn't mean you can or should do it at home, especially anal. Because in real life, if you just pull it out of one hole and stick it in a butt, you will lose your left testicle. Sorry.